again, and we're gonna do a little bit of work on the little Sherman again. The little Zvezda 1/100 scale. So in the last one we kind of had a good look at it and got it all built up, went together nice and smooth. So this one I thought we would start getting it painted up and weathered and things. I've tried finding some of my old weathering powders and everything from my railways, all my Humbrol stuff, but I can't really find much. I've found some like rust paint which I used to use on the rails and things, but I'm not having any joy with the powders and everything. However, I have found again company Mack that I have the exterior King Tiger paint kit coming from. They do a lot of cool weathering stuff, I've noticed. So I'm going to have to see what's available there for the weathering sides of things. So weathering might have to come later, but for now, from just a little bit of looking about on Shermans, they seem to be quite straightforward. I've been looking for kind of that. I kind of like this colour. I've learned it's like an olive drab, which I do believe I have one of those in here. So this may just come in handy after all, but I'm not a fan of the plain grey. So I've noticed a lot of them are like that. But I find with that and a drab you can highlight lots of bits and shade little bits and stuff. So it'll be fun to try and have a go at real intricate weathering and detailing. As far as this little tank goes, like I say, totally new to tanks, haven't got a clue, but we're just gonna have a go anyway. So I've got the little Sherman like semi-dismantled here. We've got the turret there, a track on each helping hand, and the little Sherman hull there. Now everything's back to front, so I can do the undersides of everything first and behind all the tracks first. Then I know they're covered. I'm OCD like that. I do it on all my builds. The whole thing has to be painted inside and out, even though you're not going to see it. But I just know everything gets completely sealed that way. Doing the last video, I didn't even know this had come through the post. So this will be a fun one that I was on about to do. The German heavy tank King Tiger, the Porsche turret. So I've kind of come fond of the Tiger tank. I don't know, maybe it's because it was the first tank I've actually looked into, because it's the first tank I've built, and I've kind of done a hell of a lot of research upon the Tiger tanks, and I don't know, kind of have a connection with that tank. So yeah, I've got a few various Tiger tanks to do. So to start off, I'm basically just going to cover it all in a black surface primer. And from the last one I did of this, it did have the gaps because I'd not actually glued it together. I don't know if you can see that. If I just bring this up to the camera, don't know if you can see. I've kind of just used some thin Tamiya cement and kind of used that as a weld just to close it all together, and then gone and cleaned it all up afterwards. But there's no gaps left now in the hull or the turret, so it's all nicely sealed. Do this the cheaty way, just because I'm not using very much, and I'm just going to use the back pressure of the actual airbrush just to mix that up. I wouldn't recommend it if you're doing any real technical jobs and stuff like that. I would mix the paint up correctly, but just for the sake of a few drops like that, it's really not worth all the wastage mixing it up into a cup to then pour it into here. So for this, the airbrush is just set at a measly 10 bar of pressure, 10 psi, nothing too heavy, just doesn't need it. So the hull, the turret and the tracks, I've just blackened them out with the primer, and then I'm just going to add a bit of white to that black just to lighten it, just to try and pre-highlight it before we put some olive on the top. I'm now spraying at like 7 psi, so there is little to next to no pressure whatsoever, so it just helps getting these super fine little bits without overspraying everything. So yeah, I do have some of that olive drab in there. I have just primed it in black and then highlighted little bits, and I'm just going to build it up lightly now in the olive drab. More the other parts, there's like some dirt colours in there, so I've definitely got the wrong kit there. It did say a German one, but it's World War II Allies that's turned up in the airbrush respect, but never mind, it's turned out alright for this little fella. So I started with a little bit of speckling on the side. So with the water from just cleaning my airbrush out, I've just used that on the end of the brush and dabbed it off. And I'm basically just giving it just like a wash. So I don't think I've done too bad with this, all in honesty, so far. It's just a case of picking out all the little details now, and then just some odd bits of weathering powders and bits like that, just to bring it a bit more to life. Now I'd messed up when the airbrush started speckling, so I'd had to start brushing at it, which I didn't really want to do, but I managed to get some like stains and stuff from that little mishap, because then I had to use the brush. So then I used the old oil streak method of just using dirty water from the paints. But no, a little bit of weathering on that one now, and it should be all good to go. But I'm happy with it for a tiny little thing. It was just a little bit of fun. So I do thank you all for watching. If you like the video, give it a like. Don't forget to subscribe, comment and all that, and I shall catch you guys in the next one. Ciao for now, guys.